Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be on this faithful world we call Earth, I hope you are having a calming day, evening, or night, wherever you locate. Welcome to my channel on 3D Topics. In this case, I'm using Beloved Blender. My topic for today is dealing with nodes. Hallelujah, hallelujah, good people. I've seen the light. This is what I mean. Whenever we look at someone who's advanced with nodes, we see 20 plus or more nodes on the screen. We be saying, what in the world are all them nodes for? But I've seen the light. And I'm going to show you, understand. Now, before I show you, I want to explain to you what they do. They break each of those little segments into parts. I understand it now. And then they combine everything to one little scene. So, yeah, I'm going to show you that. I'm just giving a simple illustration. You know, I ain't going to do nothing advanced, so, because I'm new to it. When I get more adept at manipulating nodes, handle it and twist them around, whatever I want, then I'll show you how to make my own textures. But for today, I'm just keeping it simple. I'm using the natural stuff that comes with Blender. So right now, let me jump right in. Get rid of the splash screen. Get rid of Harold the Cube. Goodbye, Harold. Add a mesh plane, which we usually do when we're dealing with them nodes. Add a plane. Scale to level 5. Zap, that's it. Now I can go to my shader editor. Alright, so it's set the way I want. I'm going to click on New. We got the traditional, Principal, BSDF, and Material Output. I'm just going to slide them to the side like I usually like to do with them. Boom, right. Oops, that's too far out. Right there, that's good. Now I'm going to add our beloved texture coordinate node. Drag it over to the right. Now I might as well just hook it up. Output. You can hook up it. You can use any of them that you want, but you know most of us use output when we learning. Most people use output a lot because that's easier. Because the little the origin is right in the center, like a coordinate grid. So that's why we love it so much. All right, I'm gonna go back to add. I'm gonna add my converter. I'm gonna choose separate X, Y, Z, or you can choose RGB. They both the same. Click. Alright, there we go. I said I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm not doing nothing advanced or fun. I'm just showing you the technique of how to create something sophisticated. Now you know you gotta be the artist. You still gotta be an artist. You have to be the artist that shape that particular texture the way you want to. But I'm just gonna show you the combining process. Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you, the combining process. So I'm going to add a math node. Change it to power. Make it 2. You can make it any power you want, but I'm just choosing 2 for my demonstration. We know it's working because we see right here everything that's close to 0 is dark. The further get from 0, the more whiter or grayer it becomes. So that's good. Now I'm going to add, hit Q again. Add a converter, another math node. I'm going to choose less than. You can choose greater than or less than. It don't matter. Oh, you want to put it to 0. I have it on power, less than. Why is it not showing my exponent here the way I want? Always something going wrong. Always. I'm gonna choose greater than. It's still probably, it just probably be white. I know. I have it on power. So what did I do wrong? Sorry about that, people. Mute this. See, that part is right. That's correct right there. That's right. I know one thing I'm gonna do. Put it back. Then I'm gonna hook up Y, and let's see what happens when I hook up the Y up to the threshold. Okay, there we go. So that was it. So you can choose greater than or less than, it don't matter. I'll leave it like the same. So now pretend that you made a unique substance. That would be your first one right there. The first part. Now we see this a lot when we see these little quote YouTube things about, no, we only see one little shape there. But I'm gonna put multiple shapes. Multiple. And I wanna add one more thing, my favorite, so I can move it around. I wanna add my my map range node. So here again. Go to vector, choose mapping, drop it right here before separate. Wait till it updates. Okay. Now my location, see it's moving. It's moving. And I want to put it back to 0, 0. Yeah, and I love to really rotate it a lot. That's what I like to do. Rotate it on the X. So we got that. So pretend that's your first part of your little unique texture you want to create. That's part one. Simple. Like I said, usually when we see nodes, we see a bunch of them. But I said they make everything in little sections. If you wanted to, I never tried this. I want to see if I can use the group node. I don't want to use group. What's the other one called? Frame. Because groups is the same, or layout. I use frame. I never used it before, but hey. Then I heard you just drop it in. Okay, it's working. Drop it in. Not the way I want. Okay, it expands. So drop it in. It'll expand. Okay. And with the frame, see, so pretend that you disconnected. If you want to move to something else, you just can disconnect it and work on your next one. All right, I'm gonna use that as my sample. I'm gonna highlight all of these. I want to include my mapping too. I should put my map node in here too. Okay, so it's one big happy family. Then I minimize them, cause so I can have more space to deal with. So I'm just gonna highlight all of these. Shift D, bring it down. Then I'm working on a new part that I want to add to it. A new section. That's how they make all them nodes. They work on one section at a time, one little bit at a time. Then they combine it, as you're going to see what I'm doing. So, I got to do two things here. I want to connect this to object. Let me make it large so I can make sure I'm on the right one. Connect it to vector. Now I can minimize it. Okay, see, I gotta keep that in mind with the frame. See, when I copy and shift D, it put everything in that same frame. But I'll work on frames later. Alright, so there's another one I'm working on separately. Now I'm gonna connect it to it. And you see it's right there. But it has the same orientation as my other one. So I'm just gonna give it a different orientation. Like that. So pretend I'm working on this separately. So when you make those complicated nodes, you will probably work on each section separately. Now I want to combine them. Combine it. Oh, I got to add one more thing to combine it because I forgot. There's only one input. So I like to add my math node. So you remember, and traditionally when we did this, we always learn about mix RGB. But the thing, well, I'm gonna try mix RGB. Let's see what happens. Cause I'm gonna try a different color. I'm gonna try mix RGB. I'm gonna try a different color. I'm not just gonna have it on mix. But it should give us something. Color 1, color 2, and connect. See, it gave us something. They both there. They both there. But one of them superimposed on the other. So let me move it around. So I can move it. See? You see what I'm doing? And the gray Now, that's why I want to use mix RGB. I want to see, I'm just experimenting with mix RGB. Nothing happened here. And that's what you mostly have to do with, okay, see, one of them got black, one of them got gray. That's what mix RGB, you just got to experiment. Experiment, multiply. Let's see what happened. Okay, it looked the same. Color burn. So now I got rid of one of them. Color burn. Lighten. Maybe that should lighten the whole thing up. Let's see. Okay, only lighten one. Screen. But the main thing I'm going to teach you, you saw, that's how they make those complicated nodes. They work on separate parts at a time. Okay, so I'm going to end this because you don't have to always, I'm going to use add and see what happened. Yeah, this to add. Now, when they say add, this how it would look if I chose the math node for addition. I'm going to get rid of this, the mix RGB. Because you don't have to always use mix RGB. I discovered that. You just can use the add node. Converter. Math. Drop it in. Connect it. Connect it. Let's see what add gives us. It should give us the same one that we just now had for mix RGB. Let's see. See, the same output. And what I like about the add node, you can go right to add and choose different, I can say math functions or subroutines. I chose subtract. Look at that. Bam. Something completely different. And what I like about this, it got the color range. White, black, and gray. You can make your textures. See? I can use the bump map on this. See, remember, so keep that in mind too. So I really showed three things. I really showed several things. I showed, I just make my usual parabola. That was number one. That was easy. Anybody can do that. But then I showed you how to combine different shapes together, because that's huge. Like I keep saying over and over, that's how the people make all them elaborate patterns that you see on their textures. I just had it to a simple version. I'm going to choose multiply. Let's see what happened. I know which one is going to give me what I want, but I'm just, see, right there. I can leave it right there. So you see how powerful the math node is. You don't have to, like I said, the second thing I told you, you don't have to always rely on that. I learned that. You don't have to always rely on mix RGB. I can go right to the math nodes and mix them up. And the thing I like about this, you see, since it's a procedural node, both of these are dynamic. Let me move this one a little bit more. That's the thing about procedural nodes, they're not dynamic. I move that like that. See? I'm compared to my other one to the left. And I can see I rotate that. So now we know. And that's basically a pattern that I can start using right now. See? That's a pattern I can use right now. This one's a parabola, a floor pattern, wall tiles, etc. So now I said, hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm free. I just have to develop my artistic skills with the nodes now. But I definitely know now where in the world they got them 30 or 40 nodes from. I know that now. It's because they did a little section at a time, then use those, like I said, the math node that I'm having here, or the mix RGB, and just combine it together to get something wonderful. Thank you for stopping by up in the family. Like I always love to say to the new people, to the new ones, if you just now jumped on the 3D board, you just now started using Blender 3D, don't stop, don't quit, don't look back. I've been with Blender, like I said, like I keep preaching, since version 2.76. And I'm still here as a hobby. Still here. Still doing it, still loving it. And I'm still growing. That's the good thing about 3D. It keeps your mind active. And if you don't get the Alzheimer's disease and all the little dementia and all of that, dementia, Alzheimer's disease. You need to keep, I read the research, you have to keep your brain active. So if you're new in the 3D world, don't stop, because doing it is keeping your brain active and fluid and plastic. Keep pushing forward, never stop. Till the next time, Blended family, we're liberated, good people, because now we know how to manipulate those nodes. Like I said before I go, I seen a lot of videos on YouTube about making these little dumb shapes, but I never saw nobody say, this is how you combine them to make a simple pattern. This is a simple pattern. I gotta get my nose skills up to par mode to make more elaborate patterns, like texture, sweater textures and all that. But I will, because I keep growing. Till the next time, Blended family, keep striving, keep pushing. Peace.